The live commentary may not reflect this rating. Viewer discretion is advised. Emergency order. Defeat the Metroid at the planet Zebes and destroy the mother brain, the mechanical light vein. Galaxy Federal Police, M510. Hey everybody, it's Clona Comics Inc, and welcome to my new Let's Play of Metroid for the Nintendo Entertainment System, the first game in the Metroid series. Now, I should mention that this is actually a third redo of this Let's Play. I just thought that after we did our Metroid Fusion Let's Play, I just thought that, with my new abilities and my new, and with my capture card and the way I'm doing my editing now, I thought maybe we could actually just do a redo of my Metroid 1, Metroid 2, Super Metroid, and Metroid Prime LPs. I should mention real quick that I do not by any stretch think that those LPs were bad. I just think that, well, like I said, now that I have a capture card, I can actually, I can probably do, like I said, now that I have my capture card, I can make this a better viewing experience, and with my editing skills, I can make but just my editing power, I can make this, a more enjoyable and more informative experience. So, what do you say we get this awesome adventure started? This game, unfortunately, does not have the awesome, saving battery system that The Legend of Zelda has, so we are stuck with just using just a typical password, but there are some exploits you can do with that password, so, yeah. I say we go ahead and get started by pressing start. Newcomers to the Metroid series, meet Samus Aran. She is a bounty hunter and a member of the Galactic Federation. So, starting off with basic controls. Use left and right on the D-pad to move. Press B to fire your power beam. You can press up to aim up, and you can move while pressing up or while holding up. And A to jump. And start to pause the game. Isn't that the same pause theme as pause sound as from Wrecking Crew? Okay. Well, we are on the planet Zebes. I know the beginning of the game said it was Zebeth, but I'm assuming that was a translation error. It's actually Zebes, not Zebeth. Let's start by going off this way. There are a couple regions on planet Zebes. We are currently in Brinstar. That is the name of the region we are in. So starting off, we have these typical enemies. These are the common Zoomers. They're basically the Goombas of Metroid. Now, I should mention that in the original LPs in the camera LPs of Metroid 1 and 2, I actually was saying the name of the enemies out loud, whenever we saw them. I don't really think I'm going to be doing that here because, like I said, I had a constant source for the enemies in the original LPs. By the way, those particles will actually hurt you. But in this game, but in this version, I don't really think I'm going to bother doing it. In my opinion, if you want to know the names of the enemies, they should probably have the names of the enemies in the game. Well, then again, they probably had them in the instruction manual, but I don't have an instruction manual. Here we have a red zoomer. All it does is just take more hits than the regular zoomer. Now back there we couldn't go forth because that gap down there was too small. But the way that you get around that is by going back to your starting point, or you could have just gotten this right when you started, which probably would be a better idea anyway. I would recommend you kill as many enemies as you can to get these little cells. These will restore your energy by 5. You will always start the game with 5 or 30 energy, no matter what. What you want to do is you want to jump up here, go down here, and pick this up. This is the Morph Ball. If you press down to the D-pad, you will morph into a ball, and you can go through narrow passageways. I assume that's a narrow passageway, but when the Morph Ball form, you are 1 tile tall, whereas normally you are 2 tiles tall. Unfortunately, you don't really have a way to attack enemies that are at like your foot level. So we'll have to. We won't be able to well, do that. Yeah, we could ball under there, but I don't want to risk getting hurt by these enemies. By the way, I just want to give you a warning. If you're going through these blue bubble doors, you want to make sure like the enemies don't go in the door with you, because if the enemies go in the door, it's going to close on you, and the enemies are going to hurt you literally inside the door. I'm not kidding. NES controller, please respond when I press up. That is honestly one of the reasons why I got rid of my bootleg Nintendo NES controller in favor of this authentic one, because the thing about repro controllers is the fact that if you press on the middle of the D-pad, the whole thing presses down, and it causes a lot of problems when it comes to holding up or down, and so I really don't understand why it's so difficult to be able to make it so you can't press down on the center of the D-pad. But just a warning to you guys: if you're going to play a game system that has a D-pad controller, please make sure that it's authentic, or at the very least it has like a blockage on the front of it. Okay, so what you want to do here is you want to go into Morph Ball form and roll through here. These enemies are kind of annoying. They take a lot of hits. It should be mentioned that these enemies are actually members of the Space Pirates. They're not just, like generic inhabitants of this planet or whatever. So, now we have a vertical passageway. Let's talk a little bit about Samus herself. Yes, you heard me, her. In fact, I am just going to say it. I'm just going to say the one thing everybody knows about this game. At the end of the game, it's revealed that Samus is a girl. Yeah. Why is that a big shock? Well, it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be a big shock, because, well, in the Japanese version of the manual, of the instruction manual, they just kind of use like gender-neutral pronouns for Samus, just to kind of hide whether or not she's a man or a woman. But in the American instruction manual, it outright straight up says that Samus is a he. No joke, I'm not making this up. Look at it yourself. Credit to Reddit for getting that image. I mean, the Americans' favorite pastime is just getting offended by everything, right? So, the market would want to appease our demands. Okay, can you stop getting hit, please? Okay, these enemies right here are called Rippers. They are invincible. So, I was about to say they're invincible, so you can't hurt them, but I think you know what the word invincible means. Now, I want to go up here. I don't want to go through that door. I want to go up here. I don't want to go through this door, just to show what's beyond it. Let's beat this guy. Just spam on them. Your power beam really isn't too great, because, like I said, it stops like 3 inches in front of you. There is a way around that, however. These guys, by the way, I should mention, sometimes they will drop energy that restores your cells that restore your energy by 20 instead of the usual 5. Here we have a red door that cannot be that cannot be damaged whatsoever with our power beam. You know what? This might just be overthinking it, but you know how sometimes in games, they have, there are things that have, like, a certain amount of strength to them, and, if you were, like, to actually hit them, like, 1,000,000,000 times, they actually would, like, react. I have to wonder if those doors actually can be, broken by your power beam, but, but, uh, but it's set so high that they're designed to where they can't. Or where it looks like they can't. That's what I think. And honestly, I don't think it would be too shabby. Voice crack. I honestly don't think it would be too shabby of an explanation with how NES games usually are. Let me just check my map real quick. I'm not going to be looking at this too much, but actually I totally should not have kept going down. I do have a map in the description. I know this game kind of well, so I don't really think I'll need to look at the map all that much. But in case you do, I need one. I do have a map in the description from GameFAQs that you can take a look at anytime if you want to go through here. Just like the original Zelda, feel no shame in using a map because this area is kind of tough to navigate. So what you want to do is you want to go to this yellow area, and you want to go down to the bottom. Oh. Once you get hit once, it sets off a chain reaction. You want to go through here. Can't fight enemies that are knee level. Okay, these enemies are kind of annoying. Basically, with the moment you defeat one, they immediately respawn. But if they drop a collectible, then they won't respawn until that collectible disappears or you pick it up. Which I would appreciate if it would happen because, yeah, there we go. These ones take a few more hits. Yeah, and they always go up to your height. So what we want to do is we want to head over here. Hop up on this thing. Now, don't jump to this, just fall to it. These are missiles. And yes, you heard me. Missiles! Missiles! You can press select to switch them and fire them using B. I would not recommend using them now, however. I would use them a little bit sparingly because while the enemies do drop them, the drop rate for missiles is not exactly the most common thing in the world. I actually had a recording of this where I got pretty lucky with the drops, but like I said, that was an outtake recording. The reason that was an outtake was because for some reason the recording kept pausing, like when I did and unpausing, like when I didn't want it to, and even though I wasn't even clicking anything, that's just the nature of Mac. Oh, by the way, these red rippers down here. Now, it looks like you can damage them, but I don't think it does anything. Once again, I'm sure they do have an actual, like, strength. But if you use a missile on them, I think it will actually kill them. Unlike the yellow rippers, which, like I said, they actually are invincible. They actually are invincible. Jeez, can my voice stop cracking? If an enemy drops missiles, that will increase your count by 2. I mean, like, it'll restore your count by 2, not increase. But there is one thing you want to use these missiles on, and I'll show you. Remember that red door we saw? The Ripper just disappeared. In here, we want to go back to it. The missiles will instantly take this guy out, but once again, I don't recommend you use them. Head to the store, use 5 missiles on it. There you go. Right here, We have a Chozo statue. What are the Chozo, you ask? Well, they are a race of bird-like creatures that once inhabited the planet Zebes. All that's left of them is their statues, however. And they will often be holding orbs, and when you shoot those orbs, there is an item for us to collect. This is the long beam. What is the long beam is basically like the power beam, except it goes across the entire screen. You can have four shots on screen at a time, just like Mega Man. So yeah, we got ourselves a better beam now. Now I'm hoping these enemies will actually drop missiles because I want to get 5 again because there's another thing I want to show. This isn't really, like, relevant now, but I would like to show it, just because, you know, just for the sake of, I don't know, foreshadowing. There we go. 2 missile ammo. They dropped 2 missile ammo. And like I said, I got kind of really lucky in that last recording, but I don't think I'm going to get lucky in this recording, because like I said, the drop rate of missiles is not exactly common. At least when you want it to be. See what I mean? Oh, what? I think I glitched the tiles. I think these are supposed to still be blue. I think I might have bugged them. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of a time where I was playing Super Mario Brothers 3, and you know that question mark block in the first level that's like on the ground that you hit with the Koopa shell. I remember do some screen scrolling wizardry. It was after I already hit it. I remember doing some screen scrolling wizardry. I turned that block blue. I have no idea how I did that, but it was pretty cool. And I think I even took a picture of it. I don't remember where it is though. It might be in the Reddit Nintendo Discord server, but it was kind of a long time ago. Okay. Drop missiles, please. You don't have to go here, but like I said, I want to show what's here. The best way to grind might honestly just be to beat these guys. If they would ever drop missiles. Thank you. Just need one more. One more. One more. One more. One more. One more. This is getting very repetitive. One more. One more. One more. Cutting! Okay. While we're doing this, I could mention real quick that in this game it actually keeps track of your time. If, like I said, it keeps track of your time. So and depending on how long you take to finish the game, you might actually get a different outcome. And I'll explain what I mean at the end of the game. But if you pause the game, unlike future Metroid games, it actually will not count this. So if you pause the game, like the time it takes you to beat the game stops. Okay. Here we have another red door, but once again, because it's refusing to drop missiles, we can't quite get through it. Okay, once again, if you're having luck like mine and you don't want to, and even though you want to see what's behind that door, don't bother. Like I said, it's not important you know what's behind that door now, but I do want to show it. But these guys just won't drop missiles. I literally just need one more. There, was that so hard? Okay, also, I found out why the recording kept unpausing and pausing when it was supposed to be paused. It was because I was typing, and I had the pause button mapped to the space bar. Now, of course, now they're dropping a lot of it. Really, dude? That's just... okay. By the way, don't fall down there, by the way. I don't know what that is. It's either lava or acid. It constantly could be either. I'd assume it's lava, though. Why are you dropping so many missiles all of a sudden? Okay, whatever. Blast this open. Pfft. Check it out. We have these weird dinosaur statues. We have one of a Stegosaurus and one of a pterodactyl. Well, this room is useless to us right now, but trust me, you're gonna see something that looks like that later. Voice crack. Quit cracking voice. Okay. Now that we have seen that, there goes the capture card again. Well, I actually think this was a pretty satisfactory first episode. I'm thinking maybe we'll stop the video here and we'll continue our journey through Brinstar in the next episode and see what other things we can find. So, you might be wondering, how do you get that password you were talking about? Well, you just die. So I'm gonna hang out in this acid for a bit. It's quite nice. Very... yeah. Well, if you die, you get the game over screen. And you get that password I was talking about. How that works is that at the beginning of the game, and if you go to continue, you type in this password, and you'll start at the start of the region, and you will have all your upgrades and your missiles. It'll keep account of how many missiles you have as well. The thing is though, if I press start again, it'll start us back at the starting point, and you get the awesome fanfare again. Like I said, no matter what, it always starts you off with 30 health. That's like 5% of your total health, but you can get health pretty easily in this game, I hope. But say you don't want to die, say you'd rather not have a game over count. To do that, if you have a second controller, or you can unplug the first controller and plug it into the second port. Pause the game and press up and A, up on the D-pad and A on the second controller. That'll get you your password. So I'm going to leave you guys with this password. At the end of every episode, I will give you guys a password to put in. So next time on Metroid, we're going to continue through Brinstar. See you guys then.